Africa is home to several populations of the big five animals. If you want to have the best chance of seeing them all in one safari, or occasionally, if you're really lucky, in one game drive or in one day, go to the following locations. The Ngorongoro crater is a Tanzanian crater that is home to over 30,000 animals. Because they are unable to climb the crater's sheer walls, these animals are able to thrive in its diverse ecology. It can be paired with the Tarangire and Serengeti with ease. The Madikwe Private Game Reserve in South Africa, which was formerly farmland but is now being methodically restored, features all five of the Big Five, in addition to luxurious lodges and cooperation between several guides. The largest resort in Africa, Sun City, is paired with it. Whether you're a first-time visitor to Africa or a seasoned traveler, the Kruger National Park is a must-see on any African safari. Goers, it's a good idea to start with this enormous portion of South Africa, which is roughly the size of Israel or Belgium. The splendor of the Sabi Sand Game Reserve is that only visitors are permitted within, allowing animals to roam free while sharing an unfenced border with Kruger. The Serengeti National Park in Tanzania, Amboseli National Park in Kenya, Masai Mara National Reserve in Kenya, Tarangire National Park in Tanzania, Akagera National Park in Rwanda, Chobe National Park in Botswana, Hwange National Park in Zimbabwe, Addo Elephant National Park in South Africa, Etosha National Park in Namibia, Murchison Falls National Park in Uganda, Queen Elizabeth National Park in Uganda, and Kidepo National Park in Uganda are among the other best places to see Big Fives in Africa. When is the best time to see the Big Five? In Africa, the best time to go on safari is from roughly July to October. The chilly, dry winter that the continent experiences at this time. There are various explanations for why it's simpler to locate them during these times. Compared to the long, dense grass and rich foliage of summer, the vegetation dries down and thins out due to the lack of rain, making it easier to observe a rhino or buffalo. This is especially true for leopards, who spend a lot of time in trees. During the winter, they will have fewer leaves, making these slender cats easier to identify. Top 20 facts about the Big Five. A lack of rain also causes smaller waterways like ponds, streams, puddles, and waterways to dry up, driving wildlife to gather around a few remaining major lakes and rivers. The majority of animals need to drink often in order to stay close to the scant remaining water supply. This is especially true of buffalo and elephant herds, which frequently move to rivers that provide lilies, such as the Chobe at the boundary of Namibia and Botswana or Tarangire River in Tarangire National Park, Tanzania. Which are the Big Five animals? The Big Five animals are African elephant, African leopard, the African buffalo or Cape buffalo, black rhinoceros, African lion. Why are they called the Big Five animals? These animals were called the Big Five animals by the big hunters of the last 2 centuries. They named them Big Five animals as they were considered dangerous animals to hunt. This is because these animals fought back when they were being hunted. The term the Big Five will always crop up, and this term refers to Africa's most popular wildlife, which is the lion, leopard, Cape buffalo, African elephant, and rhinoceros. The Big Five animals. Below are the Big Five animals. 1. The African elephant. African elephants are large in size. It is the world's largest and heaviest land animal. The elephant can grow up to 3 meters in height. Elephants are known to be social animals. A herd will usually have a matriarch with immense cultural knowledge that leads the herd, chooses its direction and pace, and keeps it under control. An elephant has the longest gestation period of all land mammals at 22 months. It can give birth to calves weighing 120 kilograms. 2. The African lion. The African lion is frequently called the king of the jungle as it is the fiercest and largest predator on land. The African lion can be found roaming the savanna grasslands and open plains of Africa. It preys on zebras, giraffes, impalas, and other herbivores, especially the wildebeest. The African lions tend to live in groups called pride. The male lions are easily distinguished from female with their shaggy manes and are generally much larger. The females do most of the hunting, while the males just relax and wait to help themselves, even when there are cubs in the pride. The lions spend most of their time sleeping. 3. The black rhinoceros. The rhinoceros are endangered species. Spotting them in the wild is rare. There are two types of rhinos, black and white rhinos. The white rhinos are much larger than the black rhinos and are more common. The rhinos are herbivorous and nocturnal. They feed at night and rest during the day. A rhino's gestation period is 16 months. 4. The Cape buffalo. The African buffalo is possibly one of the most dangerous animals to humans in the Big Five. These animals are very protective and territorial. When threatened, they are known to charge. The buffalo are normally found in groups and large herds. Most of their time is spent grazing, can spend 18 hours a day foraging and moving around in herds. They are found in the savanna and floodplains. 5. The African leopard. Unlike the lions, African leopards are antisocial loners. They are almost always found alone. They are usually difficult to trace and hunt during the night. The leopard preys on a wide variety of species from rodents and reptiles to birds and mammals, which includes antelopes as large as elands and even giraffes. Buffalo's primary predator is the lion. Buffalo will try to rescue another member who has been caught. They have been observed killing a lion after it has killed a member of the group. Leopards are excellent at climbing trees. They'll often safeguard their kill in a tree to prevent lions and hyenas from stealing it. They are also strong swimmers and occasionally eat fish and crabs. African elephants communicate across large distances at a low frequency that cannot be heard by humans. Rhinos have poor vision and will sometimes attack trees and rocks by accident. However, their hearing and sense of smell are excellent, thus often making up for their poor eyesight. The African buffalo is not believed to be closely related to the water buffalo, even though they superficially resemble each other. And unlike the water buffalo, the dangerous African buffalo has never been domesticated. The rhino is the most endangered species of the Big Five. Rhino poaching worldwide hit a 15-year high in 2009. The illegal trade is being driven by an Asian demand for horns, made worse by increasingly sophisticated poachers who are now using veterinary drugs, poison, crossbows, and high-caliber weapons to kill rhinos. Very few rhinos now survive outside national parks and reserves. Typically, the darker a lion's mane, the older he is. The leopard is nocturnal, solitary, and secretive, staying hidden during the day. They are the least seen of the Big Five. Many plant species have evolved seeds that are dependent on passing through an elephant's digestive tract before they can germinate. At least 1/3 of tree species in West African forests rely on elephants in this way for dissemination. White rhinos aren't white, but slate gray to yellowish brown in color. The species name actually takes its root from Dutch, white, wide, in reference to the animal's wide muzzle. Wildlife conservationists have expressed major concern in recent years regarding the rapid decline of the Big Five populations as they become more and more vulnerable to poaching, especially the black and white rhinoceros that are almost facing imminent extinction. African elephant, the world's largest land mammal. Male African elephants can reach 3 m tall and weigh between 4,000–7,500 kg. They travel in herds which can get big and they are led by the matriarch. The bulls are kicked out of the herd when they get sexually active and then usually live alone or in small bachelor groups. Must, pronounced must, is when males experience increases in testosterone levels of a factor of 60 or more. The changes prepare them for competing for females and make them much more aggressive. The elephant's gestation period is 22 months, longer than any other land animal in the world, and then she gives birth to a 120 kilograms baby, and it only takes a few minutes. The elephant's life cycle is quite similar to humans and they can live to 60–65 years old. Rhinoceros. There are two main species, the black rhinoceros, which has 2 horns on the skull, a larger front one and a smaller back one with a pointed hooked lip. The horns are used in defense, intimidation, digging up roots and breaking branches during eating. The pointed hooked lip helps with browsing as they are browsers and not grazers. The white rhinoceros also has two horns, a massive body, large head, short neck, and broad chest. The word white is said to be a misinterpretation of the Afrikaans word wyd meaning wide, which refers to its wide square upper lip that helps with grazing as they are grazers and not browsers. They are the larger of the two species. Both species are classified as critically endangered due to high levels of poaching. The Cape buffalo is among the most dangerous animals in Africa and the most dangerous of the Big Five. This is why they were part of the Big Five in hunting terms. The males are 650 to 800 kilograms of bad attitude and females smaller at 500 to 700 kilograms. Mating takes place mainly during late summer and usually single calves are born 11 months later from early to midsummer to coincide with the rainy season. Cows normally give birth every 2 years. They do not have very good eyesight, but their hearing and smell is exceptional. Lions are often found following large or smaller herds of buffalo, while waiting for a chance to catch and kill one. However, buffaloes are not that easy to catch, due to the fact that they will not always run away, but will group together, often forming a circle around the young, and try to stand their ground in an effort to defend their young and each other. Lions are also often injured or killed by buffaloes, especially by the bulls, which can cause a lot of damage with their horns as well as by stomping on the lions with their hard hooves. African lions are the largest of the African cats, second largest in the family Felidae, with the tiger being the largest. Males can reach a shoulder height of around 1.2 meters and weigh around 150 to 225 kilograms, AV 189 kilograms. Females are around 1 meter in shoulder height, and weigh between 110 to 152 kilograms, AV 126 kilograms. Lions are the most sociable member of the cat family and can be found living in prides of up to 25 individuals. The size of the pride depends on the area and prey availability. A pride will usually consist of 1 to 4 adult males, several adult females, one dominant, and a number of sub-adults and cubs. All prides lionesses are related. Female lions typically stay in the pride as they grow up, whereas young males eventually leave the pride and attempt to establish their own prides. Young male lions ousted from prides often wander large distances in search of other ousted males, to form coalitions and attempt to take over a group headed by another male. New pride males will often kill the cubs in the pride and then mate with the females, to ensure that their genes prevail in the pride. Leopard, and last but not least, the leopard is the most beautiful and the most difficult of the Big Five to see on a safari because of its elusive, nocturnal, and secretive nature. Leopards are spectacular hunters. Not only are they quite fast and can run up to 58 km per hour, but are also famous for their incredible agility and strength to climb trees while dragging a kill that is sometimes heavier than their own body weight. Even though most photographs show leopards in trees, research reveals that they spend most of their time on the ground. Leopards use trees as the perfect escape point from predators, to keep their kills out of the reach of scavengers, and to get the best vantage point. Leopards mate throughout the year, but a higher sexual activity is recorded during the wet season. Female leopards protect their young cubs by hiding them in lairs. Lairs can be found in a variety of places, including outcrops of granite boulders, old aardvark holes made in the side of termite mounds, or in dense thickets at the bottom of deep gullies. These hiding places serve as a refuge for when the mother is away, as lions and hyenas pose a great threat to the cubs. The mother changes the lair every few days to eliminate the chances of discovery by other predators. The lion, elephant, buffalo, leopard, and rhinoceros make up the Big Five. The term Big Five originally described how challenging it was to hunt lions, leopards, rhinoceroses, elephants, and African buffalo. The capture of any one of these five ferocious, large African mammal species was regarded by trophy hunters as an accomplishment. The creatures known as the Big Five animals are currently what the majority of safari tourists desire to see. Interesting facts about these big five animals in Africa. The lion is the main threat to buffalo. Buffalo will make an effort to free a captured member. They have been seen slaughtering the lion after one of the group members was murdered by a lion. Leopards are expert tree climbers. They frequently hide their kill in a tree to protect it from lions and hyenas. They occasionally consume fish and crabs and have good swimming abilities. Elephants in Africa communicate across considerable distances using a low frequency that is not audible to humans. Due to their limited vision, rhinos can accidentally attack rocks and trees. They have exceptional hearing and smell, which can compensate for their weak vision. Despite the fact that they resemble one another on the surface, the water buffalo and the African buffalo are not thought to be closely related. Furthermore, the deadly African buffalo has never been domesticated, in contrast to the water buffalo. Top 20 facts about the Big Five. Of the Big Five animals, the rhinoceros is the most vulnerable. In 2009, rhino poaching reached a 15-year high worldwide. The demand for rhino horns in Asia is fueling the illegal trade, which is being exacerbated by increasingly skilled poachers who are now killing rhinos with veterinary medications, poison, crossbows, and high-caliber firearms. Outside of national parks and reserves, there are now hardly any rhinos left. Typically, the older a lion is, the darker his mane is. The leopard is a nocturnal animal that lives alone and in secrecy. It hides during the day. Of the Big Five, they are the least well-known and difficult seen. Many plant species have developed seeds that must go through an elephant's gastrointestinal tract in order to germinate. In West African woodlands, at least one-third of the tree species rely on elephants for dispersal. The hue of white rhinos ranges from slate gray to reddish-brown, not white. Actually, the word species comes from the Dutch word white, which refers to the animal's broad muzzle. The female lions, known as lionesses, form close ties since they nurse other cubs and raise their young in the same pride for the rest of their lives. Male lions eat first, but female lions do most of the hunting. Lion cubs have dark patches on their coats at birth. Leopards bark and snarl instead of roaring. Elephants deliver calves weighing 120 kilograms after the longest gestation period of any land animal, 22 months. Like newborn infants who suck their thumbs for comfort, some baby elephants suck their trunks. The elephant is incredibly sociable and fosters close relationships with friends and family. They even perform rituals and visit graves to express their grief at the loss of loved ones. Like our nails, rhino horn is formed of keratin. Since the horn is not affixed to the skull, it can break off and regrow. Due to their exceptional memory, buffaloes will ambush hunters they have previously encountered. Because of their close ties, the female buffaloes will kill lions and other predators to protect one another if they are attacked. Thank you for watching this video.